24, 26, 32 ounce pearly blue. Stuff in your pumping, snuffing with my buck stick. 22 cent booty pick, 24 make movie flick. 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub. Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other and mother some. Ex used to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian. Me too, fat bitch on the E2. Back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your one walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub. Hashtag, all cash, fat ass, no water. Bookings, money daughter.
Ow! Can I say it again? Can I say it again?
We do it again?
Ow! I like that though. I ain't gonna
Hi, everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome to our show, the one,
The
the
only.
only, the two
Two
real
Real
radio.
Radio.
Jen Strong, lover of life, happy to be here once again.
Chuck Wagon, lover of candy. Hey, and real quick, just let you
Bag
know.
of the week.
The bag of the week, we are sponsored by
No, no.
Lemon
We
Head
wish.
Twist. I ain't gonna lie, man.
We
that's some
wish
new
we
shit,
was
though,
sponsored
man.
by
Make it happen. Make it
Hey, there you go.
Bag of
There
the
you
week.
go. Hey, we gonna make it happen, man.
Lemon Head
They gonna
Twist.
come and holler at us one day. They
The
gonna come and
gummy
be like,
joints.
hey, what's up? We gotta get down with y'all. Yeah, them joints good though.
Yes.
I'm your man C. Feel like I'm just getting right.
I'm your man. See,
Straight to the bag.
Right,
We
straight to
can
the-
talk about this shit. All right, it's cool. This is the E2 real. I feel like we
It's
don't
the
give
movement, man.
a description enough about what we do. We just basically, man, we just fill in the gray. You know, the gray,
Yeah.
not black and white.
Sorting
no more.
through the gray.
You know, it's
Respectfully.
Respectfully though,
What?
we just try to fill in the gray, give you a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of health stuff here and there.
The real. I mean,
All around, man, just everything.
in life you got this, you got that, and then you got that shit in between, and we got shit in between.
Yeah, we trying to
Like,
figure out
man.
how we can,
How we bridge the
navigate
gap,
that, how
yeah.
we can
Come on.
we gotta share this space
No doubt.
Respectfully.
respectfully. Share space. So the
Share
caravan,
space.
it's slowly approaching. Slowly approaching. Look, don't
Yo,
believe.
they like 900 miles away or something.
Don't believe.
That's
what
the
this
threat
motherfucker-
right now,
what
though, you know
Trump
what I mean?
Has
Right.
you has you feeling like they're right at the door, like they are so far away right
Right.
now, and they're
Right.
walking, they're not driving, so you ain't got to worry about the thousands of people that are trying.
And even when they get to the door, they are gonna be like, they ain't coming with bad intentions. I mean, it's like he making it seem like it's a whole
And
bunch
do
of
we even know that
Jasons.
to be true?
Just
a
slowly
lot of
walking.
women and
Is it
kids,
really
lot of-
true?
What?
What's that?
Is it really a caravan of people?
Oh, the
I mean,
caravan
walking
of love.
across
Yeah.
it.
It's a- I mean,
The
as far
caravan
as-
is
as
It's
far as-
true.
I
It's
mean,
really true.
Unless it's all fake
Okay.
news, but yeah.
We sent
no,
Tyrone out and he
Caravan moving, man. It's
They
We
moving.
sent a
But they
scout
not
out
moving- they
and
not
they
moving at
seen
the
it.
pace.
One
What's
step
going
at a
on.
time.
I'm
One
sure
step
it ain't
at
some
a time.
old movie footage.
Some
Literally
old
one step at a time. Mostly, now they're gonna try to show you. Lately, Trump has this new ad where he has this MS-13 gang
Yeah,
member.
yeah, I saw
and
that.
He's really
Yeah,
like, I wish
yeah.
I would have killed more people. The most stereotypical. Okay.
It's hype. That's what they're trying to do. What we
Excuse me,
doing?
having a technical difficulty.
Watch up.
Is it me? Oh, it's not me. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Hey, watch this hand come up. Look at this hand come up. There go the hand. Look at that. That's the hand of Darren right
The
there.
wizard.
He don't want,
The wizard,
Oh,
everybody.
he
There
don't
we
want to
go,
say
there we
nothing.
go, there
My
we
man
go.
Darren
Everybody.
in the
Thank
back.
you,
That's
thank
what's
you.
up.
Mr.
Appreciate
Wizard,
you always.
Tom
Was
D.
it?
I ain't gonna lie. I could not hear you though.
You couldn't?
Could not hear you. Your voice carries, dog.
Oh,
Like, I didn't
you
know
know, I
your
had
mic
a
was
teacher.
out. I'm just
I
saying.
had a
didn't know
teacher.
your mic
I
was
did,
out.
I did. But I had a teacher that told me that. She was like, you have to be quiet. And I was like, why I gotta be quiet? Everybody. She said, your voice carries. And I was like, I'm not even talking that loud.
She said
She's
your
like,
voice gets on my nerves.
She was like,
That's
yeah, that
what she
shit
was trying
is
to say. Like, yo,
that shit
that
is
joint.
piercing. That
It
shut the fuck up.
stretches to the
Right.
point.
I had a police
of-
officer tell me to leave Adams Morgan. He was like, you, right there. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I can hear you. Didn't I tell you to be quiet early? I was like, be
Wow.
quiet. I gotta be
Damn,
quiet.
so
Early.
heard it
Earlier,
distinctly.
yeah, earlier he
Right.
told me like to
And
get
never
away
talk
from
again now,
yeah,
'cause-
not outside. I just got
Right.
So now I'm back though. So back to know everybody. But yeah, the caravan is
Yeah, the caravan though. Yeah.
step by step. Hundreds of miles away.
And think about it. Did you see the thing he said today though? Right.
if
He
they throw rocks,
shoot him.
shoot them.
But then he tried to backtrack that and was like, I wasn't saying shoot him. I was just saying act like if
You
they
can.
throwing rocks, act like they shooting you.
So
So
now you're
therefore,
gonna get a whole bunch of
if
gun
I'm going to act like
happy-
you're shooting me, then I'm going to shoot you back.
If
see
you
what I'm
hit
saying?
me with a
Straight
rock,
up shoot
That's
'em.
what it
if they
do.
hit
Real
you with a
That's what I'm
rock,
saying.
Not rubber bullets.
no, shoot
Nah,
them.
Don't throw no
real
smoke
yeah.
bombs.
And then it's not.
He said them rocks
it's,
hurt. Them rocks
don't-
hurt.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what he
don't
said. He
throw a
said
rock.
they
And it's a
disrespected.
caravan
Yeah,
of people.
they
You don't know if
disrespected
it's, you
the
don't know if
vibe.
it's
They disrespected
kids.
the
You don't know if
Mexican
it's
police
mixed
or
in
whatever,
with
and you know if they throw
elderly
rocks,
people just
some of those
shooting.
guys really got injured with those
Yeah,
rocks.
if they
So
throw
if they throw
rocks-
rocks at you, shoot them. You have all
Shoot 'em
right
back.
to shoot.
That's where we're going with it. And like I say, this is the message that is being portrayed, and this is what you see when you turn on right now. You know,
this
maybe
is,
you turn on TV. This is what you're seeing.
The last they just caught two other guys who were going to make another move towards the synagogue, and they were saying that they were incited by. They thought that the president said, "Go handle business at the synagogue, and I got your back later." That's how they interpreted his words. They go and do that, and I'll take care of you later. So they thought that they were okay. They were like, "Look, we're gonna go handle the synagogue," but because it's being funded by the Jews, of course, is what President Cheeto. I don't even want to call him president, just Orangina. That's what I'm calling him now. That's a new joint.
Orange Gina.
Orangina.
The throwback. The
just,
throwback joint. Yeah.
It's just
Ridiculous.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
you got to see this
that's the
ad.
right
The
word
ad
right
is
there.
the ad is pure comedy though. The guy that they have in it's like the most stereotypical.
Right, I kill him again if I get a
Hispanic.
chance.
I kill him
and
again
all
if I
this
had
and
the
that.
chance. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you heard the twist though. At the end, he was like, Democrats allowed this to happen, and they
Right,
said
so
that
that's
he
the
lied
new-
on that because
Right,
it's
of course,
like,
the
nah,
Democrats are responsible for
Yeah.
the caravan. We're sending ourselves. They're sending themselves bombs.
Mm-hmm.
The synagogues. That's all the Democrats. So
I'm gonna get real close when I say this.
yeah, do that.
You gotta get out and vote, people.
True.
Vote. Use your voice and vote.
Coming up on what, Tuesday, right?
We the
Tuesday.
people.
I mean, this
We
is
the
Tuesday.
people. It's the only way it's gonna make a difference.
You know, the crazy thing about the whole vote thing, you know, I feel people who say like, they're using, the Republicans are using, what have the Democrats done for you in the last, however,
What have the
to
Republicans done
get,
for me?
yeah, definitely.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing I say, like, anytime they say that, I'm like, all right, what have y'all done for
I
me?
always say it's the lesser of two evils. But please, you got to get out there, man. You gotta do your research per candidate, man. Everybody's not worthy of your vote. Just because you normally vote Democrat, it may not be the way you want to go this time. But I do suggest that you just go Democrat because the Republicans got this all fucked up. I mean, it's and they don't see anything wrong with appointing what do I want to call Kavanaugh?
What'd you say,
Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh?
Kavanaugh, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go. That's what we're gonna go all the way.
Kavanaugh, dog. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
Kavanaugh,
Kavanaugh,
man.
dog.
Kavanaugh, man.
man.
Nah,
man.
man.
There we go.
I just don't know what
And he in there
you're
now.
losing
Yeah, he
your
did.
health. Yeah, he's in
He
there.
did.
He's
That's
not
it.
going
He did.
nowhere.
It's
Permanent.
done now, right? It's done.
It's in.
Right. That's a
Stinks.
lifetime job.
And then you
right
got some people saying that they
Husey.
weren't quite sure if he did or didn't, but they just didn't want to not vote Republican. Like they did not want to vote with vote against their party. Like this is
Man, we had an epic conversation earlier today, man. We was just talking about this whole two-party system that we have, man. I mean, like certain
all
countries,
that
they
party
got more than,
stuff.
they got like
Just
20,
vote who
30
is
they're
for the
both-
people.
we're fed that
vote-
we can
go
only
with who
you
is
have
for
to
the
go
people.
you have to do this
Yeah.
or this, and we just eat it up.
Right.
We're like, okay, we can go this or this. You don't have to
And
vote
then if
for
you
these.
this way and you go that way, then something wrong with you. And if you this way and you go that way, something wrong with you. You dig what I'm saying? So we are dividing it. But
So we
Like
the
I say,
people. And if enough people feel that way, we can come together and do a petition and do all of the steps to get it looked at.
it sounds good.
You know what I
Jen.
mean? It
sound
does, but I
good,
mean,
Jen,
that's
but
the way
I
it's
don't-
set
you
up.
know.
If we're not going to abolish the whole damn system, then
You know what I always
the
said
only
about,
way to fight back is to go by the rules and fight back.
you know what I always said about
Nah,
the
I
system.
understand that.
Well,
I
we're
understand
we're too scared. We don't have. We have aggression.
If we
but
not
as
ready
a
to do
country,
that, then-
we have aggression behind us. We'll definitely come and smash your whole country. We'll definitely come and we'll come and bomb your churches, bomb your schools, and all that type of stuff. But as a country, we won't do what other countries do and just shut it down. Like, look, if everybody just does not go to work, nothing gets accomplished. As a country, if we decide that we don't want this shit anymore, we can just stop. You can't evict
It don't
everybody.
happen like that though. You already know.
And that's the
Man,
problem. If the marshals they're going to get the marshals to evict you, okay. But if the marshals don't go to work, and the landlord don't go, and nobody goes to work except for essential personnel, doctors. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all can't strike. I watched RoboCop the other day. They was like, they're public service. They're not supposed to strike. Y'all can't strike. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to.
But think about it. If we lined up 10
everybody
people
just
right
stopped.
now, we would not get all 10 people to fall in line. So therefore, multiply that 10 people times
The threat of
1,000
losing your
or whatever.
house or the
It's
threat of
not gonna
losing
happen.
your job.
It's
But if
not-
your
it's not
boss
gonna
was
happen.
like, look, y'all ain't got to come to work because I ain't coming to work because I'm not doing nothing until this changes. Nobody leave the house. Everybody go hit the grocery store hard
right, and all y'all
for a
lose
week.
y'all job.
And don't nobody go nowhere for a week.
No, all y'all
It ain't gonna
lose
take
y'all
a-
job. That's how it's gonna go. All y'all
Everybody,
lose
but
y'all job.
everybody can't lose their job.
Yes.
No.
Then
You know,
let it
you
happen.
already know, like
then
I
let
know,
it happen
at
and
the end
deal
of the
with
day, the cycle
Yeah,
is going
I
to
mean-
continue to keep going. It's going to
Yeah, the
continue to
machine
keep going.
never cog in the wheel.
If
I
you
mean,
ain't doing it, then
cog in the
alright,
wheel.
so be it. Then alright, somebody else is waiting to get your job.
Not
Somebody
no
else
more
is
because
waiting.
y'all won't let him across the border. So, I
Right.
mean, he's trying to stop. The crazy thing, he's trying to stop birthright citizenship, which
With something he can't really do though.
Right,
Like,
right,
'cause
right.
He
He just
ain't
talking-
even hip. Right, he ain't even
he
hip
just
on the
talking shit.
Constitution.
But
Like,
this
how
is
you
the
gonna
type
do
of
that?
shit that you got your family here. Like, this is what we fail
That's
to
the case, then
realize
don't
about
nobody
this country.
belong then.
And yeah, if that's the case, then everybody, then we can't turn our nose up at Dominican Republic for kicking all the Haitians out. If that's how we feel, then what you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry that you was born here, but your nationality is, so you have to go back to that. And that's what Dominican Republic did.
Right.
So we can't look at them
but
any different if we saying the same thing now. Like, nah, just because you born, no anchor kids, no anchor with the Melania, get your ass out of here. You and your mother and your father got to go. If that's the case, but it doesn't apply to them.
I mean, well, obviously, we already know it's a whole bunch of.
You know, we
fucked up shit
celebrate
that
the
happens,
Ellis,
though.
we
You dig
celebrate
what
the
I'm
ones from Ellis Island, but the rest
Yeah.
of them, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The ones that came across, through Arizona, they no good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is ridiculous. Please go vote. Please, this is I mean,
It's that southern
because
border.
y'all not
That's
about
what they trying
overthrowing
to
the
stop,
country.
too.
Y'all not about revolution here. So look, just go vote. Please go vote. You know, if the
That's real. I mean, yeah.
all the
Gotta
people
do it.
that feel disenfranchised, and all the people that voted for Trump that feel like they just got lied to and bamboozled, and y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But we can't afford to
I
have
don't
them.
think they was
in-
lied to though, yeah. I think they lied to themselves, yeah. Like,
But when they
honestly,
healthcare,
really think
when they
that-
healthcare,
Huh?
when they
They knew what they
healthcare
was
shit,
getting into.
They knew exactly
nah,
what they
some
was
of them
getting
actually,
into.
like the healthcare.
Maybe not to the degree that they got to, but they also know that, like, all right, this
Any
man
degree.
wasn't going to.
Any degree.
John-
He
It's
wasn't
Trump.
going to do that shit the way we
Donald
wanted to
Trump.
do it. Right.
John Lake was
Trump.
almost said
And I don't have nothing bad to say
Latinos.
about the president, but it's
Yeah.
I
Donald
got a
Trump.
whole
Right,
lot
I
to
got a
say
whole
about
bunch
you,
bad to
Slim.
say
I
about
got a
Donald Trump.
We got
whole-
your back.
Where
We
you
got
getting
your
all
back,
this
bro.
sun
We
from?
got your
son?
back.
What did you
Orange.
expect?
Nah,
Donald
what?
Trump. What did you expect? It's Donald
Yeah, that's what
Trump.
I'm saying. What
Yeah,
did you
I mean,
expect?
Come on.
Right.
I told you this was gonna look bad on America as a country. We look stupid. The rest of the world is laughing at us. But John Lake was almost said, this was the funniest thing I read. John
What
Lake.
law background does he have? What military background does he have?
No.
He know how to. He got.
ducked the
He
war,
ducked. He
What
ducked
political
times.
three
background?
times,
What
right?
political
Three
background
times.
does he have?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He knows how to bankrupt a system. That's what he knows how to do.
But this country
He
wanted a
knows how to.
businessman,
He
though,
has
right?
mastered.
Ain't that what they said, though?
He has mastered.
What
bankrupt.
community
They said they
service
wanted a
background does he
businessman,
have?
though, right?
What
No, he
social
ain't got
background
none.
does he have? I'm not, I don't have nothing
The
bad to say. I'm
apprentice,
just asking
man. Look,
questions.
The apprentice.
Just
I'm voting
asking
for the
questions.
I agree exactly what
These
you're saying.
legitimate
Vote for
questions
the
I'm
Rock.
asking.
What you're saying.
The Rock next time, man. Next time out. Just if we,
I never
we
did
vote for
know.
celebrities,
So you vote The
man.
Rock.
Just
Never
vote
did
the
know.
Rock, man. I mean,
They was all pressed to worry about where he was born. And
Yeah, this.
what are your
this,
qualifications at all?
So John Leguizamo. This is for all you. John Leguizamo said, a Latino voting for Trump is like a Latino voting for Trump is like a roach campaigning for raid, something like that. Like,
Damn.
yeah, like I
Damn,
mean,
yeah.
I don't understand how you. So y'all hope y'all get it this time. You know what I'm saying? To see what happened, everybody go vote. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're trying to deny it, just go get out there, man. Get out there like y'all would for a pair of Jordans. The 18 and overs. Come on, we need y'all out there.
A concert.
A concert, some shoes. You
A
know,
new movie.
a new movie. Yeah, y'all camp
Christmas
out for
shopping.
Star Wars and all that. Yeah,
You want to go do
Black
your Christmas
Friday.
shopping, get out and vote.
Yeah, go out there. Just it ain't gonna take you. The process is literally that long. Like if you got it set in your
Just
hand.
like you gonna go.
this
Just
weekend,
like you gonna make sure you go to the grocery store and get that turkey. This is one thing
this
you gotta
weekend,
have, that turkey.
do your
Just
research.
make sure you go vote.
Check out. You know,
No, I see what you- yeah.
and it's literally going there. It's like that. It's quick. It's fast. It's as fast as you remember when you used to go with your grandma. You know what I'm saying? Just go handle that. That's what you should take me with her. I used to go with my grandmother when she used to vote. Back when I was a little kid. So
Yeah.
it's a memory I got with that. You know.
And take a minute and get on your phone, like you do everything else,
You on it right now.
and figure out who beforehand who's available to vote for,
That's the thing.
and
right,
find
staying
out
informed,
some
too,
of their
right.
points
Right,
and
being informed on
all of that
on
good
the
stuff,
issues
so you
and all
won't
that, yeah.
get there and not know anything. You can at least know a little bit. You don't have to know everything, but you know, you get up there and it be names you never seen. It happened to me. I'm up there, I'm like, who? What? I never seen this. Heard of this
Right.
person.
Don't even know what they talking about. You
Right.
just kind of look
So
at
then
it,
you
who
end up
name-
just voting for the name
right,
that you
who
know.
name, right, the
But
name
That
kinda
might not
know,
be the
right.
best choice.
You just
Right.
running down
You just
the
going
list.
for what you know.
Right.
Democrat.
So
Democrat.
you gotta take the
Democrat.
time to
But like you say
do
though,
a
I mean,
little bit
being
of research.
informed though. I mean,
Right.
being informed on the decisions, man,
right.
and their platform.
Yeah, you gotta find somebody that's gonna speak for you. And real quick, real fast, man. You seen that the young man found hanging in his mother's backyard, and really, see, got no public attention. It's really crazy. So, Donnie Jones of St. Louis was found hanging from a tree in his mother's yard. 24 years old on October 17th. His mother is actually an activist, a known activist. She worked with members of Mike Brown's family, Ferguson activist group. So she believes that it may be something racially motivated. Definitely.
You think?
Yeah, and they released pictures. They went viral.
Somebody hung this man in his own yard.
pictures
And his
out?
mother- yeah. They're definitely out.
And nobody saw nothing? Would they live in a rural community?
What you
They
saying?
had no
something about
neighbors?
that?
Nobody knows
nothing?
yet, but she believes that it's something to do with her activist
But where
work.
did it happen though?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis.
That was on the 17th. So this is another reason to go out and vote, because this is the type of shit that's happening, man. It's becoming more and more prevalent. You got synagogue shootings. You have,
It's been prevalent.
I mean, but it's really not. It's getting out of control now. I mean, it's been happening, and you got, years ago you had the young man
Mile
dragged by
out of
the
sight,
by the
yeah.
back of the pickup truck and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
But this is getting ridiculous at this point. We have 154 shootings, and it's and I'm gonna say what Don Lemon said. What everybody, it's a problem with white males out here, man. There's no brown people out here committing any of these acts. And they're all being incited by Trump. Trump, this is their guy. This is their, y'all gotta go vote, man, because if this doesn't stop, this is going to continue. And if you don't vote next time, this is going to another 4 years. We got 2 more to go, but we got another 4 years of this type of shit. There will be an extermination squad. There will be a purge if nobody stops it. This is what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
The law's already in place.
You saw they had the
For 'em to
coffins.
do it.
Remember they had all the coffins, all them random coffins.
your research,
FEMA had the
people.
coffins.
Protect yourself.
Mass extermination. Katrina was the first. So this is happening, people. Yeah. So
I guess.
I guess right. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna calm down, and we're gonna get into diabetes.
Small break.
Small break. Short break. We're back. Chuck, you all right in your box over there?
Oh yeah, man. As always.
Hey, it actually looked like. Okay, so the way the box is set up. I'm so sorry, Dr. Mathurin. I'm gonna get to you. The way the box is set up, it kind of looks like you're just small with this table. like put your arm like on the table. No, on the table, on the white part. It blends. If the mic wasn't there, it almost looks like you're just small. So now you messed it up. Yeah. So
I
we're
don't even know what I'm doing right now, but all right, that's what's up, though. That's what, and the interactive TV right there. There you go.
That's tight. Okay, so I'm sorry.
Happy to be back.
Happy to be back. Right, short
Welcome
break.
back. Yeah.
We're joined with Dr. Mathurin.
Welcome to our show, Doctor.
Hey, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Thank you for coming.
Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Javon Mathura. I am an ophthalmologist. So that's a physician who specializes in treating the eyes and vision. And I practice at Providence Hospital. And really am interested in taking care of people with diabetes.
So for people that don't know, who aren't familiar with, or who you just hear, what exactly is diabetes?
So diabetes is a disease where you have abnormal metabolism of sugar in the blood. And the sugar, when the level becomes very high in the blood, can cause damage to different organs in your body, including the eyes. And that can lead to blindness and loss of vision.
So what are the main causes of diabetes?
Well, there are two types of diabetes. There's type 1 and type 2.
Okay.
And type 1 is an autoimmune disease where the pancreas, which makes the insulin, which controls the blood sugar metabolism, is damaged due to the body's immune system attacking it. Okay? And then type 2 diabetes is due to insulin resistance, where the insulin doesn't work properly to control the blood sugar. So one is the insulin isn't made, and in type 2 the insulin doesn't work properly.
Is type 2 controllable? Is that like a lifestyle type thing? Or?
Yeah, so type 2 is very much preventable and controllable with lifestyle changes.
Yeah. But
So-
once you have diabetes, you can't turn it off, right? Like
You
you can
can
control
if
it, but
if
you can't. If you have it, you have it, right? Or,
I mean, pretty much you have it, but if you can make lifestyle changes where you don't need to. Some people don't need to take medications for it any longer.
but you would still be classified as having diabetes, like if it's
I guess
controlled?
technically you're always a diabetic.
If
but,
you're a diabetic, okay.
Is it something that you're
but
born
eating
with?
stuff like this,
Yeah, see what I'm
Hey.
saying?
that's gonna make your
I felt
diabetes
bad for
worse.
real when I was eating that last one. I was like, damn, man.
Is
I
it
feel
something
bad
that you're
eating
born
last
with, or is it something that you acquire?
Well, it's usually you acquire it, especially the type 2 is acquired.
Usually, but you can be
Yeah.
born with it.
So what my
Type 1.
Type 1, you get it when you're very
Yeah,
young
type 1 is
usually,
a real one, yeah. That's like,
but
yeah.
it's not really born with it. But
Okay.
you
It's something
acquire
that
it.
develops.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
due to immune system
Okay.
problem.
I had a buddy. My first that I knew of. My first interaction with somebody that was diabetic was a buddy of mine in elementary school who had to take a snack. He had a watch that would go off at the same time every day, and he would have to take a snack, and he would eat like string cheese, some Triscuits, like a few grapes, just a little bag of like a little pouch of stuff, you know what I'm saying, and like a juice, like in the middle of, like
Whatever.
randomly in the middle of
middle of
dodgeball,
whatever.
he would have to stop and take this snack, and we actually had an assembly in school where he was actually handing out his snack, and they had to sit us down and explain to us, you know, James is diabetic, you guys cannot eat his snack, right? You can't eat. You know, but that was something that, I mean, we were 6, 7. So would that be something I guess he was probably born with some type of.
Well, he got it when he was very young to do his immune system, and
would
so
that
he
be-
needs insulin to live, and to prevent his blood sugar from going too low, he eats a snack to kind of maintain that.
So what do you do to
steady state.
prevent
I mean,
it?
would that real fast? Would that be type 1 or would that
That's
be
type
type 1?
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so type 2 is.
Type 2 is usually from being too
Right,
Just
your
going
lifestyle,
yeah.
right? Your lifestyle.
Just going hard.
no
just
exercise,
no
eating
exercise,
a lot
being
of bad stuff.
too
and-
ready, being
Now, as far as
being fat and
insulin,
sloppy,
right? Because, like I say, I'm I'm up to speed on this topic. So basically, what does insulin actually do? Like insulin is just shuttling.
It helps the sugar get into the cells to be utilized by the cells for energy.
So it's a transportation vehicle to get it into.
It's like the escort that brings
Yeah, to get it into
the
the. Okay. All right.
And what can we do to prevent diabetes other than coming for my gummies?
Diet and exercise are the two important things. So you want to limit your sugar intake and also starch, because when you eat starch, it hits your stomach, it turns into sugar.
That's what I'm a big sandwich guy.
That's rice.
I'm a
that's
big,
potatoes.
big
that's bread.
and I love
bread,
potatoes.
bread,
I do, but I'm a big sandwich guy. And my uncle, he was like, "You eat sandwiches every day?" I was like, "Sometimes twice a day." And I was happy to say it. And he was like, "You can't eat all that bread, man. It's gonna turn into sugar." And I was like, "Huh?" This was years ago, and that's
delicious.
something that bread is amazing. It's an amazing.
Yeah, it is.
But
So do you exercise? That's a question.
I'm always
too.
moving. I don't stay still at all. I'm.
And if you maintain a healthy weight, less likely you're going to develop.
I've been the same weight since high school. I've been the same weight since I've been probably about 16.
Oh, that's good.
Give or take, gain some weight here and there. But I've been around the same 20 pounds since.
So you gotta eat right, people.
It mostly diet.
You gotta take care of your immune system, people.
I don't work out as much as I probably should. I do eat pretty well. It's most of my due to diet, but I don't work out as much as I walk a lot, but I don't.
As long as you burn those calories off, if you
eat some fresh veggies, some fresh fruits. That's sugar too, though, but that's
stay away
good
from
sugar.
the soda.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I don't drink. I don't
No
drink
soda.
unless I
Limit
go
the
out.
soda.
If I
Limit
go
the
out
chips.
to eat, I go get a ginger ale or something. But I don't drink sodas and I don't do a lot of juice. That's one thing I was but I have my family has a lot of diabetics. A couple of them done lost toes and stuff like that. So I'm at a certain age I became mindful of.
Possibilities.
Yeah, I need my toes. You never know what's gonna happen, and
Right.
8 does not look good on the beach. You need all 10. I mean, it's
I just break real quick. I need that.
yeah, I need that. I
toe.
need to be able to balance. I need to pivot. You never know when you might need to, and that. Yeah, and that's one of the things like I have in my notes. My lower limb amputations is one of the biggest. The pivot, one of the biggest things with diabetes. Also blindness. That's where you come in. So tell us about the effects of diabetes on. Because people don't think about, we think about like losing your limbs and stuff with diabetes, but we don't think about the other
things like
the
that,
sensation.
yeah.
You told me
going on dialysis.
Yeah, but we don't really didn't think about blindness.
Yeah, well, diabetes is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Wow.
And it's the leading cause of blindness in working age adults. So those people in the prime of their lives are losing their vision due to diabetes. Wow. It's not old people really. It's
and going
working
like
age
completely
people.
blind.
You can, yeah.
Wow.
Or legally blind too. So you basically can't work.
You get 45 up there, 50, and then you just blind. Can you imagine? Take care of yourself, people.
Yeah, it's hard to live being blind. That's why.
I mean, just that I couldn't
different
imagine.
from always being blind. That's different. Like you know what you're missing.
Yeah,
you know what you're missing. You know.
You ever hear somebody? I'm thinking about like going blind. You never get that feeling in your stomach.
I
I'm over here
imagine.
like I couldn't imagine not being able to see things.
See colors.
Now,
my
I
children's
will say
faces.
real fast that I watch blind people maneuver all the time. I get sometimes sidetracked watching them maneuver alone. It's an amazing sight.
But you have to develop.
They're
that.
like superheroes. It's amazing. I mean,
you're not a natural blind.
you can't even walk around your house with the lights off without bumping into something, and they're out here with noises. I mean, cars whizzing by, and it's
amazing.
But if it's preventable, definitely. So, what? I mean, other than blanketed diabetes causes, what exactly makes you lose your sight?
So basically, the high sugar in your blood damages the blood vessels in your whole body. That's how you lose your toes and go on dialysis and lose your vision when you have uncontrolled diabetes.
Like it's all sugar.
Is it a slow thing,
sugar
or is it like something that's like boom?
Yeah, it usually is slow. So people don't really think they're bothered. That I can see well. Why do I need to go get my eyes checked, right? But by the time you have symptoms,
I
it's
might
really
do need to watch the gummies, y'all. I might do need to watch them.
I mean,
every
You got
time I go,
glasses
my
on, though.
prescription
No,
getting a little
that-
bit
You wear
stronger.
glasses, though.
hey, I'm over
Every
here
time it's
wiggling.
getting a little
So,
stronger.
yeah.
Every time I might need to look into that.
I'm over here wiggling my toes. Just I couldn't imagine that. I mean, and just
That
just
joint
go,
go
man,
numb and then never come back regular.
Just
It go to sleep and it
So-
stay sleep. It never wake up. Like
So is there
my pinky toe, like it's dead. Like
once now your eyes are one of those things that like once you lose is there any way to regain that sight back? I mean I would imagine getting your diabetes in check, but would the damage be irreversible at that point?
it depends on how far along it is when it's caught, how much can be reversed with treatments. So
We have
we
a
have some pictures.
yeah, right. I was about to say we have a graph. I'm over here like, oh my god, my eyes. We have a put up our first one for me, D's. Okay, so what do we? I mean, naturally an eye.
So that's a picture of the inside of the eye, showing the retina. Which, if you think of the eye like a camera, the retina is like the film.
It's beautiful.
Okay?
It actually looks almost space like some space.
Like a
Yeah,
like
people
a
think it's
planetary.
like a
Yeah,
planet.
I'm not- yeah.
uh-huh.
So that the top one is
So that's the same patient. The right eye looks relatively normal, but there is some damage subtly you can see. But the other eye, the left eye, is
That's
bleeding.
the one at the top, right?
well,
one at
The
the
top,
is
the
a
top
lot
one, the
the
top
healthy-ish.
Top is-
healthy-ish looking one, yeah.
So the healthy one is the top one.
The top.
Oh, so you want colors? You want green and all that good stuff, like.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I ain't
just-
gonna lie, I thought that the bottom one was the good one, to be honest. I
The
was
bottom
like, all
one,
right,
is
that
that
one.
red
It looks
stuff
like
is
something
blood.
exploded, man. Yeah,
That's
it looks
blood
like
in the bottom one.
But the
Egg
other one got
pop.
green shit on it though. Like,
That,
for
that's
real?
just artifact of the
Now, is the-
color. That's
Okay,
just the
okay, all right,
picture.
okay.
That's just
Okay.
Now,
the,
now
All
you
right.
said the top one is starting to is showing signs of damage. What would that be? Because I'm looking
so
at
if
it.
you can see on it, it's very subtle, but they're little red dots
Mm-hmm.
that you
Okay.
can see on there. Those are called microaneurysms, and those show where the high blood sugar have damaged the very small blood vessels in the retina called the capillaries, and that's the beginnings of the diabetic retinopathy or the damage due to diabetes.
And if you catch it early, it is a way to kind of stop
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
from happening, you know,
Exactly.
progressing and things like that, right?
Oh no,
Okay.
go back. Yeah, I'm still on the bottom one now.
Yeah.
Now the bottom. Is there any like at this point at the bottom? Is that eye gone? Is that eye trash?
No, we could save that eye. Yeah. So with treatments such as laser, so we shoot laser into the eye to treat the retinopathy, and we can inject medications into the eye to control that bleeding.
So what might cause blindness if something like that was in multiple spots and went untreated, then it might be irreversible.
Well, so that blood is just floating in the inside of the eye. So the eye is basically is hollow and is filled with a gel called the vitreous. That blood is floating in there. Okay, so that bleeding can be stopped, but eventually, if it's not treated, the retina will try to grow new blood vessels to replace those damaged ones. But those new blood vessels are not normal, and they can cause scarring, and that can lead to the retina detaching, and that can cause permanent blindness.
Okay.
It looks like a.
So by yourself trying to heal itself is damaging yourself, really.
Exactly.
So your body healing itself is attacking itself. Yeah.
So you want to not have your body have to go through that in the first place.
Exactly.
I mean, and look, injections, laser treatment to your eye. I mean, that doesn't sound fun either. When you can just put down the 2 liter. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not. You know,
The
what's
thought of having a needle stuck in your eyes
Right.
should be motivation enough.
Could
got
you
stabbed in the eye
imagine if
once in the
everybody
corner.
just stopped buying
Stabbed in the
Coke
corner.
and Pepsi?
If everybody stopped buying Coke and Pepsi,
If everybody just stopped buying McDonald's
if
or
you
whatever.
if you went
But like
down,
you said, it's also
simultaneously.
bread. It's also
yeah,
a
I
whole
mean,
bunch
right. So
of
it's
other
bread
rice.
that
It's a
breaks
whole
down
bunch of other
rice,
control-
crackers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a whole. You know, everything they make with grains pretty much is.
And
you
the
know
more
what I'm saying?
processed, the
Packaged
worse it is.
food,
processed,
box
box
foods.
food, processed. Yeah.
All the stuff in the aisles, people. All the stuff in the aisles.
'Cause the fiber that they take
Stay out the aisles, people.
helps control the
You
sugar.
can do your whole grocery
fiber.
shopping around the perimeter.
Okay.
The low fat, the low fat stuff is extra sugar in it. I mean,
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta
right.
watch everything. You gotta watch the
That's how they
dairy.
make it
You gotta
taste
watch
good.
the sugar. You gotta watch the starch.
oh, what was the can we get the next one? The next graphic there. Okay, so
Yeah. So what are we seeing right there?
Okay, so this is another patient, and you can. This is like a CAT scan through the center of the retina called the macula, and the top one is the normalish looking one, and the bottom one is swollen due to macular edema, also caused by the diabetes. So the macula or the center of the retina is swollen, and that can impair the vision too. So there are two ways that you can lose your vision from diabetes.
Wow.
oh my god.
So would that be like seeing someone with like bug eyes or something? Like, I mean,
This
you
is
know,
on
like,
the inside.
oh, this is the inside.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
brought my little eye model here if y'all want to see. So that
Get the,
Oh man, don't
Can we
let
get
that
that?
fall out. No, diabetes. No, don't do that. All right, what we say?
no, we trying to.
Oh, they're trying to zoom in on.
So, can we get a close up on the eye? Oh my god, I'm just thinking about going. I couldn't imagine.
So this is like an eyeball cut in half. So the front part of the eye basically focuses the light that comes into your eye onto the retina, which is the inside back of the eye, and it has all the blood vessels that get damaged due to the diabetes. And these blood vessels will leak fluid, causing the swelling that you saw in that picture just before. And if the damage is bad enough, the retina tries to make new blood vessels that are abnormal, and they bleed like in the first picture. And those blood vessels can cause scarring and cause your retina to detach, and that can lead to permanent blindness.
So the majority of your patients have eye problems.
stuck.
Man, all I got
That
to do was
stems
whistle.
from
I didn't know what else
diabetes.
to say. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so
That
I
was
try to see
crazy,
them
man.
when it's just early on with those little red dots to try and keep it from getting to the point where we have to do laser injections.
Wow. Okay.
But,
So
yeah.
how often would a person need to get their eyes checked to make sure they stand on top of?
So if you have diabetes, you
Diabetes
should get your
prevention.
eyes checked minimum once a year.
Okay.
And that's for people. And if you develop retinopathy or the damage due to the high blood sugar, you gotta be seen more often than that.
Now, other than a loss of vision, are there any other symptoms that you may experience? Maybe like eye fatigue or
So sometimes diabetics can get double vision because the high sugar, just like in neuropathy where you feel a numbness and tingling, it affects the nerves that controls the eye movement. So the two eyeballs move together to give you binocular stereo vision. But if they don't move together, you're going to get double vision. And that's one of the symptoms that you can get with diabetes.
So the damage from the diabetes caused your eyes not to function at the same
They
rate
won't move
that
together.
They normally would.
They won't move together. So if you look left or look right, you might see double.
So you're gonna look and one just gonna stay over there, and you
Exactly.
trying to look over there, and you like, oh shit, my
Now-
eye
now-
stayed
now,
over there. I was
is-
trying to look over there, my eye just got stuck.
no? That's not a being cross-eyed or having a lazy eye. That's not a. Would that be a sign of?
Well, there's different reasons you can have double vision, but that's one way that you can get it is from diabetes.
Wow.
And
Okay, so
then-
anything other than double vision?
Well, it can cause cataracts. Okay, because the high sugar causes swelling of the lens of the eye. So the lens sits behind the iris, which is the brown part of your eye, and the lens can get damaged due to the sugar, and that could affect your vision too.
Several pieces of your eye can be affected by the diabetes.
I mean, whole body. We talked about that.
Affect your whole body.
You know, whole body
Bloodstream.
problem. You know, bloodstream. You know, blood vessels. All
You don't
of
want to
that
be
is-
on insulin and have to stick yourself with needles.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about like not being able to see, just not being able to go, you know, to go my whole life, and then one day that just
Right.
for any of my senses to be shut off by something that can be prevented. It's not.
Yeah. So when you pick up that donut, think.
I don't. Now you know, like I had a buddy. I stopped eating.
Moderation, people.
I stopped eating
Moderation.
candy altogether. It was hard for me because I'm a smoker. So you know you get the munchies, and candy is one of those things that's just it fills every type. It's the sugar, it's the But when you eat the candy bar, you notice that next time you go, you get 2. And you eat, and you don't eat one now. You say, I'm gonna say get one for now, and I'm gonna get one for later. But as soon as you finish that first one, and you get the chocolate in your teeth, you go grab the second one, and now you're 2 candy bars, and now you're 3 candy bars, and so forward. So one day I just realized I'm eating a whole. I looked at the trash, the wrappers, and it was like I'm eating a whole lot of candy. Like, this is.
And I don't eat a lot. I'll have it. It'll be there. I like to see it. I like for it to be there.
Are you a smoker too?
Yes.
So when you smoke, that's a double hit to your blood vessels.
I don't eat a lot of candy.
Now I don't.
What
smoke.
about drinking too?
I'm talking about tobacco.
No, I don't. I
already do.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
I don't do
That's
any
not-
tobacco. Any
tobacco.
What about
Yeah.
drinking though? Like, does drinking add to diabetes or anything like that? Or?
Sugar, right? The alcohol should return to the sugar.
Well, I mean, there's the sweeter alcohol.
Give me
you know,
something.
it's
Come
not-
on.
the-
I need
But
something.
It's not as bad as eating sweets.
Okay,
So I'm good. I'm good with some
In
whiskey.
terms of diabetes, it has other health effects.
I see
So-
what you're saying. Yeah.
Whew, about to say I can't do nothing. I can't do anything. Just take my drinking away. I don't even drink that much anymore. I thought drinking was another one of those things where I was worried about that.
You drank
having an
11
effect.
shots last week though,
I
didn't
think
you?
everything is
You-
okay
No,
in
no, 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 no.
moderation.
It
11
wasn't
shots?
11
One 11
shots.
shots?
It was
Was
like
10?
5.5. No,
Yeah, you
it
did
was
have
two-
some discretion on a couple of
I
the
had,
bottles.
no, I'm
Yeah.
saying because they were only like this big, so they weren't really a shot. It wasn't a full shot. I'm not gonna,
I got you.
So alcohol is good, just minus anything with
Moderation.
and he said anything with the sweets,
Well, in terms of diabetes.
Yeah,
in terms of diabetes.
Yeah, I didn't say it was good. There's
Exactly.
Staying on
studies
one.
showing that if you drink too much, you shorten your lifespan, right? But maybe a drink or two a day is
Too
probably
much of anything
okay.
a kid.
Exactly.
We
too
all
much
know
of-
that.
Moderation, right?
Moderation.
I'm still thinking about
Key.
like I'm thinking now in my head. I'm like, whatever I lose my toes. I don't want to lose any of them. Let's just get that straight. But toes or eyes? Like, would you rather your toes or your eyes? You can keep
None.
your socks
Yeah, that's
on.
what
all-
I'm
I
about
need
to
all
say. That's
my
a mess up
parts.
decision.
Yeah, I need
you
all
have to
my-
choose
yeah.
from, right?
All my parts.
Yeah.
I used all my parts. I need all my parts.
So if anybody needs to find you or so where can they find
Providence
you?
Hospital,
Providence.
Yeah, the Paul Professional Building.
DePaul Building. Y'all heard it.
Yeah, you can Google diabetic IDC.
Diabetic IDC.
Yeah, let me write that down. Diabetic. I feel like I'm good. I don't have any double vision, but
Don't worry, that doesn't happen
Slow
too often.
writing, man.
The double vision. It's not bad.
no. I've never really had. I've gotten dizzy before. I never had double vision. Oh, concussion. I had double vision. It was a lot of stuff, but that was different. That was definitely a head injury. That was head to cement.
Same. The trauma damaged the nerve that controls your eye movements, just like the high blood sugar does.
Now, diabetes being hereditary, like my family, it's like a lot of them. So for people that have known,
Well, that's type 1 is hereditary. Yeah. Type 2 is more. There's probably some heritable component, but it's mostly lifestyle. So people in the same family tend to have the same lifestyle. So
I said, hey, you know what? I never really. I mean, you see it on. I watch my 600-pound life, and you see it. Like it's very rarely do you see skinny people with a 600-pound mom. It's always, like you said, family, same family, same lifestyle.
So we gotta do better, people. Let's not do this to our children. Teach them better habits. Buy better snacks.
Do you know off the top of your head? Do you know
Monitor
the number of people off the top of your head? The number of people with diabetes? I don't. The number of people with diabetes in the United States right now are estimated.
it's in around 40 million or something like that.
Jeez.
Man, 40
I was
million.
hoping he was going to say something like 20 million, 15 million. I mean, that's a lot too.
Dang.
But
That's a lot.
It's
And is it-
preventable, people.
and is that mostly?
Mostly
even-
type 2. Yeah.
I don't even want to. It just sounds so bad. And we got to be, as an American, we got to be leading the charge with type 2 diabetes. I'm just thinking about the way we eat, the way not even the way, but what we consume. We have to be the leading.
And it's because we it's hard for us to just stop something. Like, you can't just stop soda. You can't just, what I'm going to replace it
can.
with? I know you can.
You can.
I
I
know
did
you
it.
can.
It's willpower.
But
you
you see what I'm saying? But it's hard for a lot of people that it's
Water.
too hard. I'm just
I'm at the
just
point-
not going.
I'm at the point now, I gotta cut my
actually know
juice. I
people
gotta cut my
that
juice
don't
from
drink
water
water.
now. Like, I'm
I
at
know
that
people that
point
don't
now.
drink it.
I'm at the point now where I drink and I'm like, woo. gotta put some cut on that.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, it's too sweet. Yeah.
It's hard, people, but you can do it. You can make better choices. You can cut back. It's harder in the beginning, but if you stick with it, it gets easier over time. You can cut back the sodas and replace them with water. You can do that.
And our diet. I mean, you look at
Start by cutting out carbonation.
giant,
Switch from carbonated
giant
to
steaks
to
and
just juice, and
huge
then switch
mounds
from
of
juice to water.
potatoes, and I mean, just the way we eat, the way we focus.
Substitute
our
your French fries
plates.
with a side salad.
I mean, the portions are huge. You go to
And the rest
restaurants
of the
and
world, it's 5 vegetables and a little piece of meat to accent the meal. Here we have a 72. You can get a 72-ounce steak if you want it. I mean,
Then you're going to
With a
get a
baked
salad
potato
and pile
and-
it up with meat, cheese, and
yeah,
dressing and
cheese,
croutons.
the thickest dressing, croutons,
And say I'm eating healthy.
every
That's how
fixing
it go.
with a diet soda and a baked potato with cheese and sour cream on it, and it's
Right.
we got to do better. You don't have to eat bland boiled chicken breast every night. You don't have to do that. But there's a happy medium somewhere in there. You can live and still live, and live.
Yeah, grill your
You
chicken.
can live and still live and live.
live.
Right, yeah,
Right.
And
Right,
live.
right.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Right.
Keyword
man.
live. There you go. Though.
Right.
You're right.
One more time. What's the website again that they need to reach, or any information on?
Yeah, if you Google diabetic IDC, you can get my website that way.
Okay.
And my practice is in Providence Hospital,
Providence, Varnum Street, right?
Barnum Street,
Represent
1160.
Varnum
Barnum.
Street. right?
1160.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you for coming to our show.
We
I'm,
definitely
for having
appreciate
me.
it,
We appreciate you
yeah,
coming.
I'm still over here thinking about my eyesight. I know I'm probably like stuck. I'm glad that when we had the graphics up, that we didn't have my face in the bottom, because I was like,
To see, right.
oh my God. I mean, it's
It can get serious. It can get serious.
40 million
If
people.
you think you're having symptoms, get over to the doctor.
Yeah,
Matter of
get
fact,
that-
what
over
are some
to
symptoms?
1160.
What are some symptoms of possible diabetes in your eyes or anything?
Double
It's
vision.
Or by double vision.
Blurred vision is the most.
It's a
Blurry
blurred
vision.
vision.
Blurred vision, yeah.
Blurred vision. Okay.
Any like eye sensitivity, maybe like sunlight. I mean, I don't know. I'm just
Floaters in your vision. You see spots.
okay.
Floaters if you
That's
see
kind-
spots.
Yeah, spots floating around. We call those floaters.
Listen to your children if they're telling you they seeing spots.
Start 'em
Children
off
can have
early.
it too.
Start
Don't
them off
ignore your
early,
children,
man.
listen to your
Correct
children.
it. You might not be able to stop, but stop them.
You don't eat that stuff, but you just buy it for them.
Yeah, cut that out. Cut that out. Y'all gotta
Stop
stop that. Y'all gotta stop that.
Oh, I don't eat that stuff. I just buy
You
that
can't
for them.
stop and get them McDonald's, then go home and have you a nice plate or something, because you looking out for your figure and they kids, they need chicken nuggets and stuff. Don't do that.
Don't do
No,
that.
but that's a good point. Good habits start early.
You
Yeah,
have to
start them early. I mean,
Stay away from those Fruit Loops.
man,
See, I try to trick mine.
cereal now.
I try to trick mine. I try to have all the candy and all that stuff available. It's all there.
They don't want it.
Anything you can possibly think of. I got a thing full of chocolate. I got a thing full of gummies. I got a thing full of gum.
They don't
I got a
want it.
thing
That's the
full of.
kill.
It's all there already. It's Halloween. That's why I'm celebrating. I got that stuff every day, all
No, that's
day.
the
and it's
trick,
there.
though.
And guess what? You can grab a piece when you want a piece,
They
but don't grab a handful every time.
remember I
That's what
had the
teach.
candy in my house. The kids would the first time they come over, they would eat. The first time they would come over and see that much candy, they would freak out and I gotta eat. And then after a while, they would realize like it's not going anywhere, and they would come back and the same candy would be there. And my son might eat 3 pieces or something. He'll fold it, so you see a whole bunch of half folded,
eaten.
half eaten, but not even half eaten, just partially eaten. A whole bunch, like 10 different open bags. We didn't eat 2 pieces and then put them up, and then they
Right.
start realizing that it's there. And now they don't want it. Now that it's there, they don't. They're over it. It's the fascination with it. It's
I'll tell you something. Type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset, and type 1 was juvenile diabetes.
Oh, I
But
do
now
remember hearing that.
kids are getting type 2 diabetes because
I
They're
take my
so
son to the
overweight and
doctors, and you
so
see
they had
Wow.
to change the name
these
to
kids
type
have
2.
no eye, like their faces are so swollen from, their eyes are gone, and it's just, oh, it's so sad. But don't do this to your children. It's going to be a long, rough life for them. Luckily, people are now a little more understanding and forgiving towards each other. Kids are, so they still bully, but it's not as bad as it would have been, in some cases. People are more compassionate, but it's going to be a hard life for them. They're not going to be able to move, function,
And it's okay, people. Forgive yourself. It's okay. It's okay if
You
you,
can
didn't know
change it.
better.
You can
It's
change
okay. Every day when you wake up, it's another opportunity to make a better decision.
There you go.
Exactly.
Well, I am your man, C.
Jen Strong, lover of life.
Chuck Wagon.
Jivan Mathura,
There
MD.
we go.
And this
Thank
has
ya.
been the one, the only, the
Two
Two
Real
Radio.
Radio.
See y'all next week.
Fruity Loops, New Jones since 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce Pretty Blue.